Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Dee and today I have to go into the city to the hospital for my 3-month post-radiation cancer treatment checkup. I'm gonna take you with me. Hey, so it's Dee and I'm just getting ready to go start my day. I'm going into the hospital today for my cancer checkup. Would be my probably second since my major surgery in December and my first since radiation treatment finished 3 months ago. So I did 5 weeks of radiation. I was more close to 6 weeks. Daily, Monday to Friday, I had to travel into the city and have radiation every day. I had 25 rounds of radiation. And it was hell. So I'm going back to that place today, and it's going to be interesting because I don't remember a lot of radiation and I haven't been back to that hospital since radiation, I don't think. Yeah, so it could be a little triggering, upsetting, traumatizing, all of that. I'm struggling with FND and dissociation today really bad. So I thought I would film just to give you guys an insight into my daily life with functional neurological disorder and dissociative identity disorder. Peter wants me to do a fit check. So, outfit of the day. It's middle of winter here and today is actually quite cold. It has been hot, so I've got these, like, they come up to my elbow, gloves on because my hands are aching, my whole body's aching from head to toe. It's the FND. So got them on to keep my hands warm. They'll probably come off later. I have these four bracelets on that my kids made me because they make me happy, and I like to wear them when I do things like going to the hospital, just because they make me happy and make me think of my kids and just remind me that, you know, I have to live, I guess, for my kids. So I've got those on. I just wasn't going to wear a scarf today, but I've put it on because it's so cold. I have a little owl, and this I wear all the time. Can you hear that? It's a chime. It jingle jangles. It's very grounding. I like to play with it and like shake it in my ear because it can be grounding. So I have on this t-shirt we designed ourselves. It says no name. And then on the back is just like a question mark. I don't know how well you can see that. And we designed that many years ago on just a design your own clothing website. And because we have an alter called No Name who likes to show up either before or after hospital appointments. They're non-verbal. They like to hide under the hoodie, so we have just a hoodie on. I have a 3/4 sleeve on under my t-shirt just because it's so cold, so I'm layered up. I've got 3 layers on, and I have, bless me, just these long red pants on, and I'm going to wear like little ballet slippers type things, black ballet shoes. So yes, that's the outfit of the day. You can't really see, but yeah, that's it. Trying to make ourselves as comfortable as possible for today's hospital visit, making sure all the parts that are most likely to be triggered out are going to feel comfortable in what they're wearing. They've got the hoodie so they can hide, you know, jingle jangles to play with, and yeah. So when I travel on big days like the hospital or something that's going to require a lot of work, walking, or just like mental stress, I travel with a wheelchair. So it matches my pants today. I'm going to be matchy. So I'm traveling to the hospital. So what we're going to do is a school run, and then we're going to come home, and I normally go by taxi, but I just received a text message saying they've organised an Uber because there's no taxi available in like the service that organises it. So yeah, school run, get home, be home maybe not even 2 minutes, and then I'm jumping in an Uber and travelling 45 minutes to an hour into the city to the hospital. So I'll have my support worker with me and my wheelchair, and I'll show you guys what's in my bag. So I have this big bag here. It's like a duffel bag thing. Shout out to my awesome, lovely support worker. She bought this for me when I started radiation treatment. Because of my FND, we have to travel with so much stuff so that we're prepared for all the weird things that my body does. And we need a big bag, obviously, to carry it all. So, in my bag, I have got... So, Shiloh, can you bring me my little handbag? Yeah. I have got snacks. Haha. I don't know if I'm actually going to end up eating. I don't normally eat on days like today just because do not get in my video. Off you go. Out. I don't normally eat on days like today just because they're so stressful, so full on, and then my body cracks up and whatever. So I normally put my little handbag in the big bag. All I've got in there is like my phone, keys, wallet, glasses. So there's that, snacks, just a fidget. Otherwise I pick at my hands and my skin until it bleeds, especially when going on long drives. So I have this little guy that I bought the other day to squish and play with. We have these because we don't know what else to do. So these are just rolled up bandages. The hospital gave me these after my major operation when I came out of surgery, and I was down in recovery, and my FND was playing up, and I was having dystonia in my hands, which is where my hands will curl up in like muscle contraction, and it's quite painful, and my fingers will get locked like that or on all these weird angles. And like I have long fingernails, so often my fingernails will get dug in there, and it just hurts to have your hands in the most tightest fist. So the hospital gave us these after surgery to kind of try and shove in there so that my hands are a bit more comfortable, my fingernails aren't digging in, and then these get stuck in my hand, and it's really hard to pull these out. My hands, the longest my hands have been like that is both hands at once for 53 hours straight. So we're prepared for if that happens. Although my support workers, yeah, I don't know if they're going to assist putting these in my hands anymore because they haven't been properly trained in how to deal with my dystonia, and they don't want to hurt me. So anyway, I'm bringing these anyway for my hands. Now I also get dystonia in my neck, so my shoulder will come up to here and be stuck like that, and it's quite painful. So we have this guy. which my awesome support worker also bought me while I was in hospital having major surgery, because I was having this and the nurses were rolling up towels and blankets and shoving them in between my neck and my like shoulder, and they kept sliding out and stuff. So my support worker showed up the next morning with this, and we put this in, and it just, I don't know, keeps my neck separated from my shoulder a bit more. But she even made sure it has a little hoodie so we can hide under it if we want to. So that's in my bag. And then this, because it's a grounding. This is just home brand Vicks, like eucalyptus menthol oil. And oh yeah, it's very strong. So sniffing it for like grounding, to stay present in the body, and just, yeah, something to smell. Normally I smell really nice strong candles, but I don't want to take any of them. I'd look a bit weird sitting in public sniffing candles. So here we go. This one is in the bag as well. And then I've made a ham and cheese sandwich to put in my bag, and because everybody likes vanilla Coke, because I don't drink water, and vanilla Coke makes me happy, and I need to feel happy today because I do not like the hospital. So that's what's in my bag, guys, and yeah. up and we are laughing because this car in front of us has, get it, DID, and we're having a good laugh about it because who would have thought a car would have DID? Anyway, so my appointment, went in there, you know, did my appointment, and technically I'm cancer free. They removed the tumour in December. That was a major surgery I had. So they removed the tumour, but I had to have radiation in February and March as like a preventative, because the tumour was highly aggressive, and there was evidence of it starting to spread into my tissue and my lymph nodes. But when they looked at, like, they removed my lymph nodes and stuff, and when they looked at it under the microscope, you know, in pathology, they said, like, the evidence was there that it was starting to spread, but there's not enough clear evidence to say that it had spread, so the radiation was a preventative. So she was saying today, technically I am cancer free, but I have to get through the next 5 years because I'm still at a high risk of it reoccurring, and of it maybe being in my tissue and lymph nodes. But they can't say for sure because there's no test to actually check that. So, like, yes, I'm cancer free, but I have to get through the next 5 years, and then after that my risk of it returning is so low. But she was saying basically I'm going to have yearly checkups for the rest of my life for cancer, but between now and the next 5 years they're every 3 months. I'm so over it. I just want it, like, yes, the cancer's gone, but is it really, when for the rest of your life you're going to the hospital so often for cancer checkups? Is it really gone? Like, physically, yes, it's gone. Mentally, not really. I've got to live with it, you know, for the rest of my life. So anyway, that was my appointment. I go back in 3 months for another checkup. I mean, yeah, it's good news, but, you know, at the same time, I'm over it. Anyway, had some FND episodes, so both my hands went. My left hand was gone for a lot. Today, my right hand went for a little bit. We did have some big tremor, spasm type things. And I forgot to give my support worker permission to film if anything happened, like alters coming out and stuff. And so I don't know what I was thinking, and I'm regretting it now because I forgot to give her permission to film, and she could have caught No Name on video, because No Name showed up after the appointment. I don't know exactly if it was before we got downstairs or while we were still upstairs or once we had gotten downstairs, but anyway, time's a bit funny, but like I barely remember like halfway through my appointment onwards, but we got downstairs to wait for the Uber because we caught Uber to and from the hospital. We got downstairs, and while we were waiting, No Name came out and No Name is non-verbal, likes to hide, and the hoodie. So that happened where I was covered under the hoodie, waiting downstairs at the hospital. Had some bits and pieces of FND episodes there, and sorry, I'm dissociating. It's been a big day. Okay, so on the way to the hospital, like, people don't understand with DID, for us, medical appointments are a huge thing, and they can trigger so much in terms of switching and whatever. And so we have to prepare so much mentally to be able to attend these appointments. And I feel like it's not talked about often with DID. Like, don't really hear people talking about this in detail about, you know, how having to prepare for things like medical appointments or examinations. And so going to the hospital is about a 45 to an hour drive in the, you know, the back of the taxi. And I used that time to basically prepare my parts for what's going to happen, so that, you know, the triggers are manageable. God, I'm having trouble trying to articulate what I'm saying. I hope I'm making sense, you guys. I'm just a bit dissociated. And so sitting in the back of the taxi, I had to do a lot of prep work in relation to my parts and set up safety, and otherwise, you know, there'd be unexpected triggers and stuff. So basically I spent a lot of the time in the back of the taxi meditating, visualizing, talking, communicating to my parts, informing them of what was about to happen, and asking for help. Like, can the caretaker, gatekeeper part make sure no littles are gonna front, just making sure everyone inside is safe. Or so one of the things I do to set up safety is, and to avoid littles from popping out and just unexpected switching during these situations, is I will set up safety by basically locking down parts of my internal world. Like, I know people don't recommend it, but it works for us. And it worked quite well today. So basically I go in, I explain to my parts what is happening, and I might say something like, you know, so there can't be any littles around or any part that is going to be triggered by this type of thing. So I'm going to lock you all down, put you in like a safe, like, little bubble, and it's not forever. You've done nothing wrong. It's just for a few hours so that we can get through this hospital appointment. And it's important to let the parts know, you know, that they're not in trouble. It's not forever. It's just for a few hours so we can go get this appointment over and done with and have less issues. And then asking parts inside to assist with that. Like, can the caretaker please make sure the littles aren't going to front? Make sure, you know, they're safe and occupied and have things that they love inside, like, you know, squishy toys or teddy bears or something, and just like distract them, keep them from fronting. And then I'll call upon, like, you know, my adult parts or my protectors and be like, I need a protector to step in when this happens at the hospital. I need a functioning adult there who can communicate and take notes and kind of relay information to the doctors and just that kind of stuff. And so it's like a team, we have a team meeting and kind of prepare the team and set tasks and stuff, and lock down parts of the inner world and have, like, what do you call it, like guards and gatekeepers, like monitoring and making sure no one's going to switch out unexpectedly. And we have the parts that we think we're going to need there on standby, like, you know, the protector, different adult parts or whatever. And so today No Name did come out, and they always do. It's always expected, but it was a lot manageable today because I managed to stay present while No Name was there, and had a bit of a conversation with No Name and made a bit of progress today, and got some really insightful information from No Name, which might take a bit for me to process, but yeah, it didn't happen during the appointment, it happened after, which is how it normally goes down anyway. But like, I had my support worker with me. She knows about, like, my support workers know about my DID. The support worker that was with me today has a lot of information on all the different parts and how they would present when they're fronting and how to deal with them and stuff. And we got through it, and we came home, we had lunch. One of my littles, Eb, was close by coming home, and she was saying she just wants to colour in. And so my support worker said, well, you know, we'll have an hour spare, we'll colour in. So we get home, and we coloured in and tried to get Eb to front on her own with my support worker so they could colour in together, but she was a bit shy. She did front, like co-front with me, and we coloured in together with my support worker. So that's progress. So yes, it was just a really big day. It was exhausting. Not too many switches, like not as bad as I thought, because I actually managed to stay present for a lot of what was happening, I guess. So yeah, that's not talked about enough when it comes to DID, is just how hard it is to just do normal day-to-day things like appointments without having to have this whole internal meeting and, like, communication, and having to prepare, like extensively prepare, just to get through like a 10-minute medical appointment, you know. So that's my update. That's how today went. And then we had lunch, coloured in, went and picked my daughter up from school. Now we're back home, and my support worker has gone for the day, and all I'm going to do now really is have a shower, wash my hair, and just take it easy, edit this video, and yeah, that's it, guys. So I thank you for watching. Sorry I didn't film as much as I wanted to. I don't know what videos are going to come next, because the next couple of weeks are all over the place. I might vlog getting my tattoos that I've booked in to cover up my radiation marks on my hip. So that's the cancer update. the FND update, and yeah, I'm so tired. Thanks for watching. Take care, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.